On the 7th of April 2006, just as this summer vacation began, one of my neighbors' family, including a father, mother and son, they were traveling to Chennai with another family in the other family's car. While they were nearing Kolar at about 4:30 a.m. in the morning, the driver was my neighbor's friend. He noticed a truck in front of him. But it was too late when he realized that the truck was traveling very slowly. While turning sharply to avoid the rear end of the truck, the left side top of the car got crushed under the truck. Airbags were a feature of the car and they did help the driver. But they did not matter to my neighbors, including the father and the son, who were sitting on the front left seat. They were killed instantly because the entire top half was taken apart. The entire neighborhood was shocked when the news came in. So what went wrong? How did could the accident have been avoided? There could be so many answers. But I believe that the driver made one big mistake. He did not follow at a safe distance. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and welcome guests. Good evening.
Good evening.
What I just told you is an example of not following at a safe distance. I'll give you another example, but this time of the right usage of this rule. Once while I was driving home back from work in Dubai, a car bumped into my car at the rear when I was taking a turn. Now you might say that's again the same kind of example, it's a wrong example. But the story is not finished yet. The policeman came within 3 minutes. They saw what had happened and they asked for the cars to be parked on the side. And then he went on to write his report, which I did not understand at the time because it was in Arabic. But later I realized that the car at the rear was judged guilty. The policemen there have a very simple rule, very simple and common sense rule to judge this kind of an accident. The vehicle at the rear is at fault, simply because he did not follow at a safe distance. So what then is a safe distance? It is not, to put it simply, it is a distance safe enough that you can stop comfortably before you bump into the vehicle in front. It is not a fixed distance like say 10 meters or 25 meters. I'll explain safe distance in 2 points. Firstly, I'll give you the factors that define this distance. And secondly, I'll give you a simple thumb rule to actually follow this at a safe distance. So firstly, to the factors. There are many, but I'll give you 2 major factors. One is the weight of the vehicle and the other is the speed at which it is traveling. So I'll give you some simple examples and I'll ask you simple questions at the end. A truck and a motorbike, both are traveling at 80 kilometers per hour. Which one will take longer to stop?
The truck.
The truck. So that explains the weight of the vehicle. I'll give you another example. A Maruti Swift is traveling at 80 kilometers per hour and another Maruti Swift is traveling at 40 kilometers per hour. Which one will take longer to stop?
One doing it 80.
So that explains the speed factor. So you see, the heavier the vehicle, then the faster it is traveling, the longer it takes for it to stop. Let me get to the thumb rule. In some countries they call it the 3-second rule. So assume that you are following another vehicle and then pick up a stationary object on the road, something like a tree or a lamppost or a signboard. And just as the vehicle in front passes, count to 3 seconds. You could do it like this: 1, 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1000. And if you have crossed that stationary object before you finish counting, then you are following too closely. So this is a simple thumb rule only. It's very difficult to follow. In the night time or when it's raining and when visibility is less, you need to increase that 3 seconds to 6 seconds or 5 seconds. So that was about the thumb rule. So let me tell you what actually becomes a matter of judgment for the driver. As he's driving, the driver has to judge what is the safe distance, and that is extremely difficult. So I get to the point that I keep emphasizing to a lot of people time and time again. that driving is a great skill that requires a lot of effort, dedication, and practice to master. It is no child's play. I remember when I learned to ride my bike for the first time, I thought that's it. Now I'm ready for the road. But now I know how wrong I was. After having driven more than 2 lakh kilometers, that's like going around the earth 5 times or more. I still feel there's a lot more to learn, and I still am a humble student of this great skill. So I hope I have been able to convince you regarding maintaining a safe distance on the road. I'd like to end with 2 points. The driver in the first example that I gave, first story that I gave, he made a mistake, he judged wrongly or he guessed wrongly about the speed of the vehicle in front. So I say, it doesn't make sense to guess on the road because your guess is as good as anybody's guess. And secondly, make it a habit of following at a safe distance because it is good for your health.